Have you ever looked at your life despite all your efforts and felt a pang of sadness? Perhaps a quiet ache deep down that whispers, "Is this truly all there is?" You work hard, you follow the rules, you strive for what society tells you is success. But then you look at others, seemingly happy, seemingly fulfilled, and you wonder why that same joy eludes you. You might even feel a sense of failure, questioning your own capabilities, comparing your journey to the highlights reels of everyone around you. It's a heavy feeling, isn't it? That constant comparison, that nagging doubt that you're not quite measuring up. What if that feeling isn't a sign of your inadequacy, but rather a powerful signal? What if it's your inner compass trying to tell you that the path you're on, the dream you're tirelessly pursuing, isn't truly yours? What if you've been chasing someone else's idea of happiness, someone else's definition of success, leaving your own unique purpose waiting patiently to be discovered? It's a profound thought, but one that holds the key to unlocking your true potential and finding genuine fulfillment. Let me tell you a story about a young woman named Elara, who lived in a bustling village nestled beside a whispering forest. In this village, life was structured, predictable. Everyone had a role, passed down through generations. The men were skilled woodcutters, their axes echoing through the trees from dawn till dusk. The women were expert weavers, their looms humming with intricate patterns, creating the vibrant tapestries that adorned every home and were traded in the distant towns. From a very young age, children were taught the ways of their ancestors, their hands guided by experienced elders, preparing them for their destined place in the community. Elara grew up watching her mother, a revered weaver, whose fingers danced across the threads with an almost magical grace. Her mother's tapestries were famous, depicting grand sagas and mythical creatures. Everyone expected Elara to follow in her footsteps. Her aunts, her cousins, her friends, they all eagerly anticipated the day Elara would master the loom, creating beauty just like her mother. And Elara tried. Oh, how she tried. She spent countless hours at the loom, her small hands fumbling with the bobbins, her brow furrowed in concentration. She memorized patterns, practiced the intricate knots, and tried to infuse her work with the same passion she saw in her mother's eyes. But something was missing. While her mother found joy in every thread, Elara felt a growing emptiness. Her tapestries, though technically correct, lacked the spark, the soul that made her mother's work so special. Her heart wasn't in the intricate weaving. Instead, her gaze often drifted towards the window, towards the edge of the whispering forest, where sunlight dappled through the leaves and strange, colorful birds sang melodies she'd never heard before. She felt a deep, inexplicable pull towards the wildness, the unknown, the vibrant hues she saw in nature, rather than the structured patterns of the loom. Then, one crisp autumn morning, as Elara was dutifully working on a new tapestry, a sudden gust of wind blew through the open window, scattering her threads and bringing with it a single, brilliantly colored feather. It was unlike any feather she had ever seen, iridescent and shimmering. She picked it up, marveling at its unique beauty. In that moment, a realization struck her with the force of a thunderclap. She didn't want to recreate patterns. She wanted to capture the essence of that feather, the vibrant life of the forest, the fleeting beauty of a sunrise. She wanted to paint. However, painting was not a recognized path in her village. There were no painters, no brushes, no canvases. It was an unheard-of pursuit, considered frivolous by many. When she timidly mentioned her burgeoning desire to her closest friend, Lena looked at her with concern. "But Elara," Lena said gently, "weavers are respected. There's a future in weaving. What would you do with paint? Where would you even get paint? Everyone knows their place. It's safe, it's secure." Her family, though loving, echoed similar sentiments. "You have a gift for weaving, Elara," her father would say, mistaking her effort for passion. "Don't throw it away for some childish fancy." The pressure was immense. Every well-meaning piece of advice, every concerned glance felt like a heavy chain binding her to a life she didn't truly desire. She saw her friends embracing their roles with enthusiasm, finding comfort in the familiar. But Elara couldn't shake the feeling that she was betraying herself. She felt sad, not for her lack of skill at the loom, but for the dream that lay dormant within her, begging to be set free. The thought of spending her entire life weaving beautiful tapestries, while her soul yearned to paint the raw, untamed beauty of the world, filled her with a profound sorrow. One evening, unable to bear the internal conflict any longer, Elara sought out the village elder, an old woman named Maeve, whose eyes held the wisdom of countless seasons. Maeve listened patiently as Elara poured out her heart, her voice trembling with uncertainty and fear. When Elara finished, Maeve simply smiled, her eyes twinkling. "My dear Elara," she said, The forest has many trees, but each leaf is unique. Would you ask a pine to bear apples or a rose to bloom without thorns? Your heart sings a different song. Why would you silence it to match the chorus of others? Maeve then shared a secret. Long ago, Maeve herself had felt a similar pull, not towards weaving or woodcutting, but towards healing with herbs and ancient remedies, a path also considered unconventional at the time. She had faced ridicule and doubt, but she had followed her intuition. It was difficult, Maeve admitted, lonely at times, but every step I took towards my true calling brought me closer to myself. And in doing so, I found a way to serve our village that no one else could. Inspired by Maeve's story, a spark ignited within Elara. She realized that daring to be different wasn't about rejecting her community, but about bringing her unique light to it. It was about authenticity, not rebellion. That night, Elara made a decision. She would stop chasing the weaver's dream, a dream that belonged to her mother, not to her. She would dare to be different. The next morning, Elara started collecting berries, flowers, and earth, experimenting with natural pigments. She fashioned crude brushes from twigs and animal hair. Her first attempts were clumsy, her paintings nothing more than smudges of color on bark. People in the village whispered. Some scoffed, her family worried. But Elara kept going. She spent her days exploring the forest, observing the subtle shifts of light, the intricate patterns of leaves, the vibrant plumage of birds. Her nights were filled with feverish experimentation, learning to mix colors, to capture shadows and light. It was a long, arduous journey. There were moments of despair, when her paints wouldn't mix right or her hand failed to capture the image in her mind. She felt isolated sometimes, watching her friends share their weaving successes. However, with each brushstroke, even the imperfect ones, a sense of purpose grew within her. She wasn't just painting, she was discovering herself, piece by beautiful piece. She was translating her soul onto bark, then onto larger pieces of smoothed wood, and eventually onto treated animal hides. Then, slowly, things began to change. Her paintings, though unconventional, began to capture the very essence of the forest, the spirit of the village, the emotions of its people. She painted the woodcutter's strength, the weaver's intricate designs, the laughter of children, the quiet wisdom of Maeve. Her art was raw, honest, and uniquely hers. People started to notice. They saw the passion in her work, the vivid life she brought forth with her colors. They saw the forest through her eyes, vibrant and alive in a way they had never truly perceived before. Soon Elara's unique paintings were sought after, not just for trade, but to adorn the homes of her own village, bringing a new kind of beauty, a different perspective. She didn't replace the weavers, she complemented them. Her art told stories that words couldn't, stories of individuality and the beauty of the natural world. She had dared to be different, and in doing so, she hadn't just found her dream, she had enriched her entire community. She had shown them that there was more than one way to contribute, more than one path to fulfillment. Elara's story reminds us that true happiness isn't found in mirroring others, but in embracing the unique masterpiece that is you. It teaches us that the discomfort you feel when you're chasing someone else's dream is not a weakness, but a powerful guide. It's your authentic self calling out, urging you to listen, to trust your own intuition, and to forge a path that resonates with your deepest desires. Dare to step away from the expectations, from the well-trodden paths that don't align with your spirit. Your dream might not be understood by everyone at first. You might face skepticism, even resistance. But remember, Elara, remember that every unique journey begins with a single courageous step. It begins with the decision to honor your own truth, to pick up your own metaphorical brush, even if no one else in your village has ever done so. So I ask you, right now, in this moment, what dream are you tirelessly chasing that doesn't belong to you? What expectation are you trying to fulfill for others rather than for yourself? It's time to stop. It's time to breathe. It's time to listen to that quiet whisper within you, the one that knows your true calling. Dare to be different. Dare to be authentically you. Your unique purpose is waiting to unfold, ready to bring not just joy to your life, but a unique contribution to the world around you. Take that first step, no matter how small, towards building the life that truly belongs to you. What dream are you ready to stop chasing for others and start building for yourself? Share your thoughts below. Your story might just inspire someone else to find their own path.